Evening YouTube, Parson Rick here. Good to see you. I'm smoking today a Kaywoodie Colt. Picked this up in a little antique shop down in Oakland. It's kind of interesting. I'd never seen one before. They've got this really tight system on them. If you haven't seen one, I thought it was kind of interesting. It's got this little do-gooder here. It's got some draw holes in here. The thing when I picked it up, the screws together, was kind of foul. Took a long time to clean it up and get it ready to go, and it kind of cattywampus here. I saw a video the other day. A guy showed how to straighten that out, but I don't like to force things. I'm not a little boy, and I tend to break things when I put a lot of pressure on it. So I'm still enjoying this. I'm going to wait a little while to try and break it. Inside, I have some Brigadier Black Gettysburg. It's a delightful mixture of Burleys and Virginias with a delightful peach flavor. Smells really good. It's moist. It took me I think I've smoked it in one of the other videos. It took me a little while to get used to it. It's wet. It takes a while to light. Smells okay. My wife likes it. So here it goes. Let's light it up. Gonna try a little Bic action here. Something's wrong. I love making smoke. I don't know what the deal is. So, I don't even pretend to know anything about all the different nuances of flavor and tobaccos. I'm just learning, guys. So bear with me. Enjoy it so far. First couple puffs was nice. I think this is one that as I get further into it, and this is a real small bowl. It's a little pocket pipe, very tiny. Paid a whopping $15 for it, you know. Built sometime in the late 70s. So, wife and I went for a ride today. We've each got motorcycles, Harley Davidsons, and went out for a ride. Went and saw some friends out on their ranch, and came in. And the local dealership is having a winter riding mileage competition. I think it's really funny because the club I ride for, we ride really more than anybody. We'd probably sweep all the top spots. We just ride all the time. We've got two. The event goes from today until the 16th of March, and we've got two events scheduled between now and then. One that I've run for several years called the Tough Enough. It's on the last Saturday in February. The first year we did it, it snowed. We had about 20 people. That was fun. We had snow, sleet, hail, rain, and a sheep stampede, if you will. So that was kind of fun. Everybody had a good time. Next year, it snowed and rained again. Last 2 years, it's been 80 degrees. Ridiculous. And so I apologize to everybody. We give a trophy for the person who really had no business being out there that day, the one that is dressed the least appropriately. The first year I gave it to one of the guys who, everybody kept their scorecards in the driest part of their attire. And so I was handed all these dry scorecards, and he pulled his out. He unbuttoned 2 layers and pulled it out, and it was soaking wet. I couldn't even see how he scored, but he did get the trophy that year because he had no business being. 1, on that bike. It was a piece of junk, and 2, well, he's taken a great pride in winning that almost every year. He's won it 3 years out of 4, and his girlfriend won it the other year. This last year when we did it, we had a group of journalism students from the U of O come out here, and they did a documentary on our club. And so they went on the ride with us, and it was very interesting. These are young college-age students, and one of them was a little bitty girl, and she was terrified of almost everything, but especially motorcycles. She was terrified. And wouldn't you know it, she's the one that had the big shoulder-mounted camera, and she rode with one of the guys in a sidecar. And the video is very interesting because it also captured the wreck. All these years and all these inclement conditions, they wreck in perfectly dry ground going around a corner. And so the documentary doesn't show it, but they did show us the film. And she got just the skin lifted off of her knee with the front of the sidecar. And she thinks she's so badass now. She's got a scar. She even went down and got a tattoo to commemorate her bikerdom. And it was a hoot. Been a lot of fun. So we'll have 2 runs. We always have a New Year's Day run. It's usually horribly cold. It's nasty weather up here that time of year. And so we're hoping that we'll do pretty well. My wife rides all the time. She's got a trike, and she's put 26,000 miles on it in the last 2 years, which is up here where it rains all the time. It's pretty respectable. I'm pretty proud of her. And anyway, so we've had a good day. We had a good ride. The wife and I signed up for the event, and then we put another 50 miles on just for grins, and got on with our day. We just got back from a walk. Walked about 200 feet and called her quits. So I'm pretty busted up. And well, it's been good seeing you. I really appreciate the folks that have subscribed to me and the very helpful comments. I try to learn as much as I can about anything I'm doing. I want to do a good job. God bless. Have a good evening.